Alright, so as the last video stated, I am off to a very far away place in hopes of clear skies tonight. I'm showing clear skies, at least clearing, by around maybe 11 or midnight. I'm gonna head to extreme southwest Minnesota. So I got a 7-hour drive there, so I need to get going ASAP, so let's get going. And I'll likely see you when I get there. Well, it's time to get some gas, and I'm honestly kind of scared to see how much gas is going to be because this vehicle is a tank, and my little Sentra fills up for about 30 bucks right now, so I'm scared to see what this is going to cost. Oh god, it was 56.66, so off to like a Dollar General or something to see if I can get some food and snacks for the night and maybe a blanket and a pillow just to stay warm. Sweet, so look at that. Got some sun coming out. I am about a little bit more than halfway there, I think. I want to make this step really quick. I'm at the Dollar General now. I'm gonna go and get some snacks, blah, blah, blah. But look at this. We have some clearing, and I've been checking the cloud satellites, and it looks like where I am going, it's been pretty clear for a while. I'm just hoping that that hole in the clouds either stays there, because it does look like some stuff is moving in. But according to the weather apps, it's saying it's going to be clear relatively all night, so I can only hope that it is actually true. So fingers crossed that we get a great show tonight. If not, I'll just do some nice star trails and general Milky Way stuff at this new place. So either way, I am excited. And boy, is it windy out. Very nice sunset. So I'm only 10 minutes away from where I'm going, which is pretty crazy because of all the stuff here. So obviously sunset's over here, so that's pretty much due west. So as you can see, we got clearing skies to the north. Pretty much like everything is just kind of clearing away now, which is great, so you know I came to the right spot. So unfortunately the BZ has flipped to positive and has been a positive BZ for like 2 hours. So essentially the BZ acts like an on and off switch in terms of where the aurora can go. So if it's negative, think south. When the BZ is negative, it allows the aurora to go south, more toward mid-latitudes where we are. But if it's positive, then it contains the aurora to those typical higher latitudes. So basically an on and off switch for the mid-latitudes. But you know what? I'm gonna have a great night here, and I'm all gassed up, so let's get going. This is an incredible sunset. Holy cow. Just a quick video, and I'm gonna switch to my wide angle. Just look at this. I'm on the 14mm now. I'm gonna run down there and find some good positions. It's so windy, I haven't been using my tripod. I've just been using a fast shutter speed. But oh my god, the colors. This is just, I'm not even hiking to the place that I need to check out. I'm just running and gunning to these compositions for the sunset, because this is just, otherworldly almost. That was just incredible. That was a very, very quick sunset, but it's actually fairly warm here. It's like 60 degrees, but this wind is just kind of straight to the bone. So I'm probably gonna go put on my winter coat, believe it or not, and then I'm gonna go hike up and check out this composition that I have kind of scouted out from Google Maps. So pretty quick walk. I did see that there is a sign. I'm holding on to my tripod with the camera on it, but I did see a sign that said all cars must be removed by 9 p.m. So I'm not sure how I feel about that, unless there's like police that come through or whatnot. Obviously I'll leave then, but hopefully not. You know, it's getting a bit warm in this jacket now. I found this stunning lookout. I saw this on maps. Absolutely love it. But the only thing is this is facing north. It's twilight right now. The horizon is actually really lower. It's because this is kind of viewing uphill, so I'm losing some horizon with the Aurora. So I think I'm probably gonna find another location. But I'm gonna take a couple quick shots here for Blue Hour because this looks really nice still. Wow, I got back to the spot and started taking some test shots. SAR Arc, which is this giant red, how do I explain this? I believe it is a giant red hot beam of plasma that just is typically out south, way in front of the Aurora itself, and it was right overhead. It took up almost 360 degrees of the sky. I took a full 360 pano. Now that I think about it, I don't think I took a top shot, but it's whatever. And then I did a full 360 of the foreground, and I'll make that later. This spot is absolutely gorgeous, and oh my gosh, that sunset was phenomenal. But yeah, this was a absolutely phenomenal spot too. This rock formation here is dope. But let's get back to the car before we get in trouble. Well, I didn't exactly come back right away. Ended up climbing the hill, did another 360 pano of the SAR Arc. The clouds cleared up a little bit more, so I thought, why not? And now I need to make a decision whether I'm gonna go somewhere new, because there's some kind of annoying light pollution out there, and but it looks like I need to drive another hour, so I might just walk back and set my camera back up at the rocks because I like that vantage point. So I'm gonna take a little break and decide what I want to do. Well, I think I'm just overcomplicating it. I'm in a great spot. The light pollution, is it a little annoying? Yeah, kind of. But I think once it does clear up and the clouds are gone, I think it'll be fine. So I'm just gonna go back to the rocks. It's a quick walk, and I'm gonna just chill here in the car. I got a bag here. I'm actually gonna put this around the tripod and put all my extra battery packs and stuff in here to help weigh the tripod down because it's a little windy. And that will also supply my little battery pack. So let's get back over there. So these next couple shots are going to be the shots that I took of the SAR Arc. And this first one is a huge 360. Next one is as well from the rock lookout. And then this third one here is a full 360 of the sky. You can really see the shape of the arc. And then we have this other one here, another massive 360 with the Milky Way arch. And this huge one to show the scope of the arch. These next couple shots are freeze frames from the time lapse I took to show the differences between foregrounds. That first one was a long exposure. This foreground is a moonlit blend. And this shot is the blue hour blend together with the peak of the aurora, experimenting with color balances too. And this one was the moonlit blend with that peak aurora. So after that last clip, I got back to this location here and set everything up for the time lapse. I ended up settling on ISO 6400 f2.8 and a 4-second shutter speed and decided to leave it just all night. And once I left it, I just kind of explored the park for a little bit. I sat at the top of the hill and just kind of watched the aurora with my eyes and took some test shots with my phone. And I decided to make my way back to the car, and it just got really cold. And I looked out the window, and this is what I saw. I just remember seeing the aurora with my naked eye, and the giant pillars go overhead and started, well, not overhead, but over the hill. And I started hooting and hollering inside the car, screaming because I knew my camera was gone, and I was just so excited. But I also knew that I shouldn't stop my camera to, preview it, because I want to make sure that I got the shots and I want to see what it looks like. But, that would interrupt the time lapse. And, way later on in the night, if you can catch the little, blip in the time lapse, you'll see that I did stop the time lapse for maybe a minute or so to preview everything. During the night, I actually had to change out memory cards. But you'll see here that the clouds are super annoying. Clouds are the bane of astrophotography for the most part. And if you're an aurora chaser, you know the struggle all too well, I'm sure. And during this night, the BZ actually was flipping pretty drastically. It would go pretty far north for a while. It would go pretty far south for a while, and it would just kind of flip-flop back and forth. And I believe sometime here during the night, we did get another flip where it went south, and we got a nice little substorm. And what also was nice is when the clouds got far enough away, that moonlight finally popped on the rocks. And for the rest of this time lapse, you're going to get to see the second little substorm and also the moonlight kind of shine on the rocks here, which was a very nice and very pretty sight to kind of see in motion as it just subtly gets brighter and brighter. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this time lapse. Make sure you check out the next video. It is the continuation of exploring the park and also kind of the travels back to Grand Rapids and just all that jazz. So here is the substorm kind of coming up here. Should be kind of popping off. You'll see a little bit of motion here. But you really get to see just how much the aurora is faded because of the moon. And the moon wasn't even that bright this night. Only about, I think, 40%. So pretty faint. But enjoy this, last bit of the time lapse and check out the last photo as well. This time lapse was almost 6,000 photos and 24 frames per second.